Alrighty, welcome back to yet another race review video. I'm not gonna lie, I kind of lost track of which number this is. I should probably start numbering them more detailed because that is kind of important to do. So in this race, it rains. So we have a really wet track, and the track has dried up. As you can see, sort of towards the middle of the track, it's quite dry. There is a dry line, but right there you see on where it's really darker off the line, so that is in fact a damp track. As you can see that it's already cleared out, the sunshine is poking through, but we have a lot of clouds overhead. It has recently rained, and it rained this morning, so track is very slippery, which means we've had to make some setup changes as we start out here in qualifying. It's a lot of fun, I gotta say, to be honest. Having that different level of condition makes there's a lot of changes you have to make to your setup. We didn't have to make too many, we just had to go wider in the front and change our gearing so that we would have more grip out of the corners and more speed out of the corners, because when you have these conditions, what happens is you got less grip coming out of the corner, which means that you need to adjust your driving accordingly. And by that, when you got less grip coming out of the corner, that means you need to get more speed coming out of the corner, because you're gonna have less speed. Less grip out of the corner means less speed coming out of the corner, so we compensate for that by by adding a lower gearing. And when I say less grip, I mean things like this scenario right here. I know it doesn't seem like much, but we literally four-wheel drifted through that corner because of the damp conditions. The cart literally rotates. It slides on all four wheels, and I don't have to make any corrections because it is a good frame that I'm running on. But this kind of stuff does happen in these conditions where it just rotates perfectly through that corner. And so here we had just constantly, just a little bit. We're testing those limits, trying to figure out where it's at. Where can we push the cart, waving to the people on the trains over there, because they're always there and they love to watch our races. But this is a really interesting scenario, because he or she who can adapt to conditions like these the best is going to do monumentally better than everyone else. And as you can see, I'm already catching the driver in front of me, and I've done pretty well to adapt to these conditions. I was feeling really quick, cart hooked up well, it was handling great, we adapted to these conditions well in review, looking at it. But and this is one of the worst feelings that you can ever feel as a racing driver. My chain snapped, and you can hear me revving my engine to no avail, nothing. I could not do anything. My chain snapped, I had no drive, and that was the end of my qualifying. If you don't want your chain to snap, maybe you should slide on over and subscribe, because, it's good luck, right? But anyway, we're back at the heat of the race. Because of our chain snapping, we start in 6th place, which is not totally at the back, because we did get a couple laps in, and we are green. Not the best of starts, unfortunately, but we do catch back up, give the 82 a little bit of a bump, and unfortunately, him and that croc do collide, which means we are cleared now. Within the first couple corners, we have gone from 6th to 4th, and now the chase is on. We want to see if we can catch that guy in front of us, because he is our championship rival. He's a good driver. He's got some pace on. He's done well to get himself through into those upper positions at the start of the race. We've done a pretty good job too, because we've worked our way through the chaos. We've not managed to, we've managed to avoid the issues, and we've moved up nicely to start out. But now we got to see, can we nail all of our lines? Those three have a little bit of a draft, but the 20's breaking away. So the question is going to be, are they going to fight it out? Oh, the 903 goes for that pass, which is good for us and good for the 20, because he gets closer even still. Whenever the guys in front of you fight, they go slower through the corners, which means that you, when you take the normal line, can catch up quite a bit. And already through this bus stop sequence here, we've caught on to him a lot. We're quite quicker through that corner sequence, which is good, because we're catching him, and that 20 is dropping off the 86 up there, which is, we smell blood now. I mean, I'm driving this cart, and I remember when this race happened, I was very stoked. I could feel the distance inching down every corner. I was gaining by a couple inches, a foot or two, and I could just feel that coming. I knew I had him. I knew I was going to get him, and I was just pushing it, finding, being aware of where the limitation and the grip is, but really trying to push it as much as I could to really perfect every corner, every line, and catch up, and just wait for them to make stupid decisions, make mistakes, fight each other, because that's all we're looking for. All we need is for them to go side by side a little bit, and we're right up next to him. And this 20 hasn't quite got the pace on there, so that's the opportunity we were looking for, is now we are right on his bumper, and which means we have the benefit of the draft. So now we just got to line up our exit on the back straightaway of that hairpin turn, and we'll be able to get him down the straightaway. So let's see if we can do that here. We are inching up closer. Now we got that draft. We're pulling up next to him. We're getting closer. We're getting closer. Let's see. Oh, he has a little bit of a squirrely exit on that corner, so we're right up next to him. However, he does have the draft on the 86 in front of him, which means it's going to be a little bit tougher for us to get by him because he's got that extra speed down the straightaway. It looks like we're going to be a little bit too far behind, but he is right on the bumper of that 86, so he's going to go for that pass. Down the inside he goes. Can he hold on to it? Not quite, and that's the opportunity we were looking for as the 86 swoops over to the right. We slide right in there, and we say thank you very much. He's holding around the outside. We're going to give him that space because it's midway through the race. If this was first lap or last lap, I probably wouldn't, but we're going to give it to him because, well, I'm a gentleman, right? I'm not a complete asshole. So we got ahead of him. He couldn't quite hold it down the straightaway, and now we are on the chase. We got 1 down. We got 2 to go. Let's see if we can get it. We are up into 3rd place now, trying to just nail those lines. I'm pretty confident the driver behind me is going to work with me to get in front of these guys because he knows I'm a bit quicker, and he knows I can pull on that gap, and I can get him up into a position where he can contest for the lead, which is obviously what he's looking for and what I'm looking for as well. So right now it's just a question. As I tap my helmet, I'm saying, hey, give me a push. Work with me. Let's go. Let's get these guys. All I need is for them to do 1 pass, and that's it. That's all we need. He thinks about it. Doesn't quite do it. Is he going to go for the inside? No, he thought about that too, but he didn't quite go for it. And lost a lot of momentum in trying to think about that move and then partially making it and then returning back. He's lost about 2 kart lengths to the car in front of him just from doing that unnecessary driving. He has a big slide through there. That's not good. And, oh no, he's off in the dirt. And that is the opportunity that we were looking for. We just drive right through there. It's perfect for us. We get up into 2nd place. Didn't have to fight that. Easy peasy. Lemon squeezy. And, right, so we're just going to keep pushing this. We're going to try and push. We're going to hope that he makes a couple mistakes and that we can not make any mistakes, and then we'll be able to catch him. This 903 driver is very quick, and we are about dead even on pace. So really, it's becoming a question. This is a game of attrition. He looks back. He's like, where did the 86 guy go? He's not there, buddy. It's me now. I'm coming to get you. Or not. We'll see. Gotta see how the race plays out. Ain't over till it's over. But we're not making particularly great inroads. We still got a green flag. We're still going, but it's not looking fantastical right now. We're not really gaining anything. So we're just gonna keep pushing here. Just try and nail our lines. At this point as well in the race, I started to realize that, you know, Raffy, you're probably not going to catch this guy because you're exactly as fast as he is and you aren't close enough to get the draft on him, which means that he may not be pulling you, but you sure aren't pulling up to him. And so at this point, we have to start planning ahead a little bit. We got to think, how are we going to anticipate? Because those 2 drivers, the 86 who went off and the 20 who I passed earlier in the race, they're now working together, and they both fell back a little bit through that incident as we are 2 laps to go. The black and white flag is shown, rolled up, of course, and now we're thinking, you know, how do we protect this 2nd place? Because this is going to be a crucial moment. If we do it right, we'll keep 2nd place, and that'll be a good start out for the main event. But if we make a mistake, then we might fall back to 4th. That wouldn't be ideal. So, let's see. We get a nice exit out here. A little bit of rotation on entry, but that's manageable. That's not a problem. Rotation on entry is usually not a bad thing. Rotation on exit is what robs you of tenths. So, we're just going to keep it moving. We are closing on him a tiny bit, but it's not enough. It's really not enough to make a difference at the end of the day. What we're going to do, taking a normal line here. Isn't quite too much to worry about from behind, but they are catching me. They are getting up close to me as we are waving white flag. That means 1 lap to go. Can we hold on to the second place? Let's keep pushing. We're just going to keep pushing. At this point, this is not a passing zone, so we really just focus on getting the perfect lines, perfect corner exits. That one was a little bit squirrely, I'm not going to lie. We had a little bit of a slide on exit of 3, so this is an opportunity that they're probably sniffing for, and I can tell that. I'm going to cover the inside into the S's here, and I'm going to cover the inside again going into 8, because I don't want them getting up next to me inside that corner. However, I think I do remember how this race ends. Unfortunately, I left the door just a little bit too wide open here, and they get through, and this is a painful moment. I'm not even gonna lie. This one sucked. I was not very happy with myself. We're gonna try. No, that's not gonna work. We're gonna try and put it on the inside. We're gonna try down the inside here again, but we can't brake late enough to really get alongside and force ourselves in. So there's nothing we can do because of that 20 driver being there. So really, we just have to hold out for 4th in this race. It happens. It's not the worst thing. These races, you know, things like that happen, and there are 2 races, and we'll wait for the main, and we'll get it next time, you know? You gotta try, and you just gotta send it sometimes, and sometimes people just gotta send it on you, and that's how it works, unfortunately. You don't always get them, but there's always another race to watch.